Okay, and rolling right into it. So, I have to apologise for missing a week. I took some time to rest because I was exhausted. So, apologise for not having a session running. But, anywho, where we left off previously was with the group summarize the last couple sessions into one quick block. So Milo is currently back on Honeymill working with the Forest Guard after requesting from the Guildmaster to be temporarily reassigned. And the party had returned from Rabbit Hovel after some entertaining situations, we'll put it that way. And we left off with the group opening the guild chest. The current in-game date is the 19th of August, 56 AR. And oh my god, it's in session 56. Jesus Christ.
Guys, we're almost at the exact day that it is.
Oh my god. That's terrifying.
If we do go through one day, we'll actually.
The days
oh my
will
god,
have
we'll sync up.
Oh my god.
We've been waiting for this
We'll
day.
become real.
We're syncing up.
Okay, well. Mira excuses herself from the group to go and study her sign language. I would like to point out of DMing Brain, the players for Mira and Milo will not be present during this session. So their characters, well, obviously we know Milo's character will not be. Milo is currently with the Forest Guard. Mira is going to be in the library, but will remain in there. We'll put it that way, just to avoid accidental overlap. Right. So, currently in the room, after the group's kind of, I guess, moved from the guild chest, probably gone back to the room. Mira's gone off to go do studying. So in this room are Alice, Kay, Yuzup, Xanis, Nolan, Penton, and Alec. What would you like to do?
I'd like to take Kay for a chat.
Okay, so... So you approach Kay, and I'm assuming you're leaving the room?
Yes.
Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to go? Or are you just kind of finding a bit of a quiet spot?
Anywhere that's a bit quiet, really.
Okay, well, the two of you end up kind of wandering off into one of the many garden areas of the guild, and the two of you sit down on this little bench. So, any particular reason you wanted me?
I was quite drunk yesterday. I mean, yeah, obviously. And yeah, thanks for looking after me. To be honest, I don't really quite remember much. I know the Penta was there. Yeah, but I think you were there too. So I already want to apologise if I did anything silly. I was stupid or something.
Kay has a little bit of a chuckle. Oh, no, you were perfectly fine. Don't worry. Anyway, you haven't woken up with a headache at all, have you?
Oh no, I'm thriving. Honestly, I think I should go drinking more often. I'm actually totally fine.
Kay raises an eyebrow in mild concern.
I'm
maybe
joking.
not. Oh, okay.
That was very much a joke and not a fact.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to maybe have some clarification on like if I call, because I know that I've been really trying to restore the friendships that I once had since the incident, and I just, yeah, just want to make sure that we're on the right track together.
Okay, Kay takes a moment to think, and then looks at you. Well, I mean, I wasn't joking when I said to you I'd forgiven you. Honestly, thinking over, you know, well, yeah, thinking of the whole situation, I probably shouldn't have been, carrying around an incredibly valuable, well, yeah, an incredibly valuable object like that. You know,
Uh,
so,
truly, Kay, it was very much entirely my fault and not yours at all, honestly. I accept full responsibility for it, and I've made the changes necessary to myself and my behavior and my intelligence, everything, to make sure that this never happens again. And do you know that there is any way that we would be able to get this book back?
Kay takes a moment. Well, start off with, you're not exclusively responsible. Like I said, I shouldn't have really been carrying around something that valuable out in the open, rather than leaving it in a safe space like inside the guild. So I do kind of share some of the responsibility there. In terms of getting it back, I don't know. Unfortunately, that's one of the stumbling blocks, I guess. Because we could certainly attempt to, but we don't know where it is. And if it's with the Pariah King, assuming that the information that was passed along is correct, we're dealing with a potentially thousands of years old warrior who I'm pretty sure has given the guild masters trouble. So if he doesn't have it, and, the cult has it, there's no guarantee that we'll be able to locate it. The best thing we can do is, well, find our family's heirlooms, make sure they're protected, and then I guess once we eventually do take the fight to the cult, try and make sure that we get that back. That's the best way to really do it.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. Yeah, I just really hope that we can get it back, and any attempt that we have to get it back, I would really want to be there and be involved, so you know I can make right what I messed up.
Kay shrugs at you. Well, we all make mistakes once in a while. Honestly, the fact that the person who turned up to take the book from us wasn't one of the people who was capable of using it, at least the mistake was made within within range of the guild, so it wasn't really the end of the world. It was certainly not a good start, don't get me wrong, but between that and potentially having the same situation happen, I don't know, whilst we were out in the field, think like maybe, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere when we were on our way to Carmas, or even somewhere out in the middle of, out in the middle of the wilderness. If the
Yeah,
same
we
thing
definitely
happened,
wouldn't still be standing here today if that had happened in the middle of nowhere.
Kay nods her head. Well, yeah, unfortunately that is the long and short of it. Say, Kay scratches her chin for a moment. You, You said that you were taking some time to, improve your intelligence. Perhaps I could, help you with that? Since,
Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that.
Kay has a rather kind smile on her face. Well, I suppose part of that we can try and practice some spellcasting together or something. That's
Oh my
probably
gosh,
the way to
yes, let's do it.
And for a little while, do you share a spell? Do you? Kay is going to spend some time. I believe it's this. Oh my god, why is my? Come on, PC. No, it's not the time to. Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to make sure. Yes. So Kay is going to spend some time trying to teach you the spell Lesser Godka Strength, which is going to spend a little while doing that.
Perfect.
Okay, so whilst that is happening, Penton and Alec, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I guess I'll practice some of those runes that I've learned.
Okay, so Penton, you're going to spend some time practicing your math, practicing your runes. Alec, what are you currently doing?
Hello, I am going to look for Nova.
Okay, so you excuse yourself from the room, leaving Nolan, Uzok, Xanis, and Penton in the guild room, and you go off to find Nova. And your immediate thought is to go straight to the library, which makes complete sense, considering that is where pretty much every time you've encountered Nova, he has been within that space, I suppose. Did I get his sheet ready for so? No, I did not. Let me guess, it's missing half the. Oh, yep, I'm not gonna be rolling any dice using that for now, because it's not ready. So you find Nova, and he is basically buried up to the shoulders in books at a kind of tucked away work. I don't want to call it like a workbench, but like a miniature study, the walls of which are literal bookshelves.
I'm gonna. Hey Nova. I just wanted to ask about whenever you're free, just about where Mace is and any traps and things like that, just before we go.
Nova looks up from his table. Ah, yes, Alec. Pleasure to see you. What? I'm assuming you're asking about the Warren of the Withered Blood, no?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Yeah. That.
That's understandable. It's a bit of a mouthful. What about it do you want to know?
What kind of enemies are there? Are there traps? Can you teleport around? Are there magic restrictions? Things like that.
Nova seems almost pleased by this. Ah, well, you see, I've been doing a little bit of research into the place, and whilst I won't go into the full history of it, it's one of the one of the prototypes for the foundation of the obelisk. I'm not sure that you'll be familiar with that building specifically, but suffice to say, it's quite a powerful, I guess, magic location. You're not going to be able to teleport around in there. Unfortunately, they
No. Sorry, continue.
For you see, the place itself is surrounded with some very peculiar magics. So your teleportation magic will not function inside there. That applies to those emergency exit items that we sell in the guild. So you have to go in and out of the place manually. And if my assumption is correct from what little study I've been able to do of the area, it's giving off some intensely powerful waves of necromantic magic. meaning that whatever has happened in there, it seems like Mace has probably modified some of the magic within the walls. Of course, since he's been in there for a while now, I can't imagine that he wouldn't have taken the time to customize it to his fitting. But from what I could gather, it was affecting me outside, just standing near the place. So I imagine it's probably amplified the power of some of the undead monsters in there. Which is, understandably, a bit of a problem.
So no teleportation. Banishment, would that work?
Well, perhaps, but I don't know if it'll last as long. I do know that it does reduce your ability. It does disrupt some of the magical energies holding your. How do I describe it? It makes you feel physically weaker, if you will. So you're less aware of your surroundings. It's much easier to hit you. Although it seems like the undead monsters in there have an unnatural affinity with their accuracy. And it seems like the amount of necromantic energy pouring out of that place, it wouldn't surprise me if the power of shadow magic, or dark spells in general, would have an amplified power in that. If I had to summarize some guesses without unsealing the place itself. I'll just
Very interesting. That sounds like a bitch. It's gonna be shit.
I'll just briefly summarize what it's come up with.
Look, but I've already written it all down.
More for if other people wanna save it as well. 'Cause I know,
Oh, that's true.
it'd be good to reference back to. Anyway, it's a lot. Most of the information I've managed to dig up is mainly related around the creation of that building itself, and not so much what Mace has been doing in there. But I've managed to get a few bits and pieces from there. So some of the sources are close, but not all of them are perfect, unfortunately. Was there anything else you wish to ask me, Mr. O'Neill?
No, I think that's good. Please just call me Alec and not.
My
Yeah,
apologies,
thanks.
Alec. It's still getting used to some people being within the guild. After all, referring to someone as their last name tends to happen a lot during scholarly meets that I end up going to. You'll have to excuse my formalities.
Oh, that's fine. It just feels weird,
Of course, and he pushes up his glasses, and they have if it says anything, the frame of these glasses are like the kind of like circular ones. You know which ones I'm referring to the moment I say that.
Does he have the anime glint?
No. The ones that are the type of glasses that are currently getting memed. How to identify someone as a bottom via glasses.
Oh my god.
Like those frames.
What the fuck?
What?
You don't.
Only I know what you're talking
Yes,
about.
okay. At least you know
Only
what
Alec knows.
Only
Just
Alec
Alec
has
knows.
high enough intelligence stat to decipher Lupus's
That's why I don't
coded
know. It's going to be a
language.
bot.
Yes. Anyway, so what are you doing now, Alec?
What else am I doing? Do I need to look for a Rolus? Because I feel like he will find me at this point.
Yeah, I mean, You can certainly look. You can go looking for Aurelus.
Yeah, I'll see if he's around, and then if not, I'll do some more runing. Some runery.
Okay, so you go off to find Aurelus. In the meantime, Kay and Alice. Alice, would you mind making me an Arcana check?
Okay. I'm doing maths.
Understandable.
24.
24. That's a success.
Yay!
So I will add it after the session, but you now have access to the Lesser Golka Strength spell. So you
Oh,
can
let's
use it.
go.
And now that you know that, would you like to try and practice twin casting with Kay?
Yeah.
Okay, please roll me a d10.
4.
Okay. Kay rolled a 10. Boom. You were quite lucky with that one. Okay, so... So two of you spend some time twin casting, and then what will you be doing after that?
Oh gosh.
Would you like me to give you a bit to settle and work that one out?
Is anyone else free or doing some fun activity that I could like join?
Currently, Alec is off to find Aurelus, so I'll count him as busy. Otherwise, yourself, Kay, Penton, Norland, Xanus, and Uzok are, I guess, quote-unquote, available. The rest of them are in the guild room.
Oh, let's do some like fun activity with everyone. My gosh, can we do pottery? Is there some like natural clay in the earth that we can like pick up and sculpt our own things?
It's funny that you should mention pottery. Give me a second.
Can we do pottery?
Would you like to do pottery?
I mean, it's massively out of character, but
Alice.
kind of.
Alice and Kay return to the room, and I'm imagining Alice, like, kind of enters the room, and the first word out of her mouth is, pottery, anyone? Or something.
Yeah!
I don't want to say yes. 'cause
Pottery,
I've got an image
pottery.
to uphold. So I'm gonna say not no.
So it's a double negative. Right, so yes. Okay, so
Yeah,
the
that
six...
makes me safe.
Yes. Okay, the six of you end up going to a small room in the guild that is actually set aside for pottery lessons,
What?
being taught by one of the guild members themselves. But I will return to that in a moment.
I just remember who this is.
So Alec, as you're making your way downtown trying to find Aurelus, you end up bumping into him as he is basically poking about one of the like rest areas. So I should probably...
Oh, hello. I didn't think I'd see you here. How are you? Good morning. Is it morning?
Yeah, it's like 11
Good
a.m. I'd
morning.
say. Well,
Good morning.
good to see you as well, Alec. Did you enjoy your entertainment for the evening? And Aurelus kind
Yes.
of gives you a sly smile.
Yes. Did you?
Of course.
Excellent.
So, I've been speaking with the guildmaster about becoming a guild member here, and I've been told that I've got I've potentially got a mission to, you know, initiate myself with, but it's currently being held. It didn't really make sense to me when the guildmaster told me about it, but quite frankly, I don't mind having a little bit of time to rest up.
That sounds good. Have they done the background check thing yet? You should watch out for that, because he did that to me and was like, I know about your past crimes, and then I was a bit embarrassing.
That's perfectly understandable. From what the guildmaster's, what the information the guildmaster has, you're kind of a question mark in a question mark in a paragraph of exclamation marks. If you want to get all technical. And yes, he did background check me. The only problem he really had with it was the fact that, well, one of my siblings, or I say one of, the remaining sibling of mine, I don't know how he feels about people, well, what is it that the typical humans would call them? I believe Viking would be the closest word. Envision, if you will, a Kangan Viking. That's basically what my distantly connected siblings is. And also,
Sounds crazy.
Oh, definitely. And also, he was having a bit of a hard time trying to wrap his head around the fact that I'm also technically an elemental. You know, wind genasi and all that.
That's cool.
Anyhow, I'm sure you didn't come to see me just to bask in my personality.
Maybe I did.
He has a bit of a wry smile on his face for a moment. Well, if that's the case, what would you like to do?
Is that Aurolus asking me that, or
Yes,
just
Aurolus.
okay? Do you want to go out somewhere? I don't know.
Well, that sounds quite lovely. Anywhere in particular, or shall we just see where we walk?
Yeah, see where we end up. That sounds fun.
Of course. Well then, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
And so the two of you end up heading out into the town. Meanwhile, inside the guild, the six of you that are currently approaching the room for pottery, you are met with the sight of a 7'3" Bovian male with a bow strung across his back. Currently work. Like, I can't think of what the fancy name for it is, but the spinning plate. He's currently got one of those active and is shaping what appears to be a vase of some sort, or a vase, depending on how you wish to pronounce it.
Ooh, I'm gonna go.
Well, hello there. Name's Marcus. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, I'm Alice. This is Penton, Zanis, Nolan, a Uzok, probably Kay. Oh, geez, how many people are we?
That's all of you.
Oh, look at me go.
Probably.
If I were to describe this man's appearance to you, he's got what appears to be a great bow strung across his back. He's got he's definitely got a very scruffy, casual dress sense. Like, the guy is definitely not dressing to impress. With messy black hair, green eyes, brown fur, with his horns sticking out. Semi-typical Bovian, if you will. And he's working this clay into the shape. Well, not often that you get people coming in here, but I'm supposing that you want to learn a little bit about pottery now.
Not particularly popular in the guild,
Well, I wouldn't say that. Just
Are we on the off day?
Perhaps. 9 times out of 10, it usually ends up with a couple of folks come in here, start something, and then get pulled off to go and do a mission. Something like that. Although I do tend to get Magnus coming here quite frequently, but that's probably more down to just, well, him being, if memory serves correctly. That might be more down to the fact that he's one of my fellow group members.
So can we make some pottery then? Because I am obsessed and I think it's such a cool activity.
Have you done
Marcus.
pottery before?
I mean, I imagine being Diana's daughter, she probably has at least once.
Done what, sorry?
I said, I imagine being Diana's daughter, probably tried at least every hobby once.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I think I've tried everything imaginable on this plane, obviously.
Where's
Yeah.
the pottery stand then, in terms of... Well,
Oh yeah, we owned a pottery stand, yeah.
No, Alice.
Well,
Where's
as
the
you
pottery stand on your list?
Where does it stand on my list? What do you mean?
Anyway, before this gets out of hand, would you like to make some craft checks for me?
Yes.
This is going to be interesting because
How exactly do we make a craft check?
you roll a dice and then add your bonus to craft.
Whoa, we have a craft bonus? Wait, that's wild.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that have kind of slipped under the radar when I
Oh my
updated.
god, I'm amazing at craft!
You have done pottery before!
Oh my god! Nah, that's valid. I say as I rarely end up remembering to check.
I may also be amazing at craft.
Okay, well, Alice, what did you roll?
I rolled a nat 20,
So
so
what total?
36.
36 total, damn. Kay rolls a 19. Not you. Nolan rolls a 15, not bad. Penton.
That's a... actually... Fuck it, I'll use it for that. 31.
Nice. Oh god, I just remembered Xanis is gonna be like caked in fucking clay because fur.
So am I.
Yeah, but your fur, like Penton's fur, is naturally shorter. That's a 32 from Xanis, and then Uzok. I've rolled really low consistently. That's a 12. Okay, so K is kind of in the midpoint of it. Uzok and Nolan seem to be enjoying themselves, but they're a little bit lost. Like Marcus is trying his best to make it make sense to them, but they're not doing amazingly. However, Alice, you've taken this like it's basically the ground equivalent of fishing. As you're shaping things and nothing has broken or like fallen flat as you're shaping it yet. The same with Penton and Xanis, though, with less vigor to it. And so, how long are you going to spend on, I guess, spending time doing some pottery?
The better question is, what are you going to make? Like, what does your pot look like?
I'm making a vase that looks like a snail.
You know what? That weirdly makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be hella cool.
Okay, so
Mine's just going to be very self-indulgent, and it's just going to be like almost like tapestry sort of appearance of just me doing cool shit,
okay.
like fighting in battles and swindling people. other things.
If that's gonna survive being baked to go from soft clay to hard clay, then sure.
I rolled a fucking high number, so I would assume I've done it pretty fucking well.
God. So out of them. So of the 6 of you, only four of the end results end up being, you know, something we're proud of. With Nolan choosing to scrap the idea because it didn't look quite how he wanted it, and Yuzok just has kind of got very messy clay covered hands now. Man's strength has accidentally squished what he was trying to make. So Kay has ended up making a small clay cap, and Xanis has made a little pot with a tiny lid to go with it. And those are being put in to bake, and they will now. I will make note of it, but they will be treated as like little collectibles that you can decorate the group, you know, your room.
Oh my god, yes!
Also, the laptop is just turned off again. Rip. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards.
I will say the tapestry of cool shit was definitely the tamer of two things that I thought of.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
The other one was going to be the Venus de Milo, but it's just me.
Anyway. Okay, so as it's happening, we go back to Alec and Arulus, who have found a nice little park to sit at and watch some ducks in a pond and just kind of relax. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. There we go. So the two of you are sitting together in the park. What are you doing?
I'm gonna talk to him. So, you know, I feel like we haven't talked much about you. I feel like I don't know much about you, really. What? Tell me things.
Well, I guess ask me what you want to know. I'm more than happy to share.
Where are you from?
Well, initially, from the plane of wind. My mother was a wood elf. My father was a wind elemental. A bit of a hard one to explain that one. But originally was from there, and then ended up moving to moving on to the material plane. Started learning green magic, and what do you know? Turns out that my mother was part of a long lineage of powerful green mages, so it just made sense to go with it. And, well, don't know about you, but the cloak aesthetic definitely works.
I didn't know elementals could do it.
Yeah? Though they tend to take a more humanoid form. But,
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah.
still though, not very common knowledge. People just assume that the fire genasi, ice genasi, whatever, all of us, all of the elementals just happen to appear out of nowhere, and huzzah, here we are. At least to human knowledge, anyway. Whereas the reality of it is more. How does one put it? The reality of it is more. Genies have a tendency to entertain others, and elementals aren't exactly they aren't exactly suggestive entities, but they certainly enjoy the pastime, if you will.
That's cool. I've never been to an elemental plane. I've only been to, well, actually, I was in the shadow plane for like 10 seconds. And the ethereal plane to fight a ghost. That was fun.
Yes, I can't say the elemental planes are exactly the most hospitable thing in the world, unfortunately.
And I've seen the plane of fire after I sent my doppelganger there.
Brutal, but I certainly approve.
That was cool.
The elemental planes are the epitome of, well, their elements. The plane of wind that I was born on is constantly ravaged by tornadoes and whirlwinds and powerful gale storms. The plane of water is quite literally just a giant ocean. The plane of earth, not so much a desert, but almost like a thriving jungle, if you will. And so on. So, as you can imagine, well, I'm sure you've seen the plane of shadow and, well, eventually the plane of light, or the plane of holy, very much either excessively dark and inhospitable, or excessively bright and not very hospitable.
Yeah, the story with the shadow one is actually to do with the doppelganger again. My friend got sent there by my doppelganger, and then we had to go get him, and he was not happy.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine that that's a surprise, all things considered.
No, I mean, I'm glad he's still with us, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, he seems like a perfectly fine young man.
Right, Thaddeus, yeah. I mean, I thought he might be dead or something, but we got him back.
Of course. Well, that and the fact you're a chronomancer, it's not exactly a surprise to me, at the very least, that you'd make such a recovery with such speed.
That's true. I don't know. Chronomancy is often feels like it's not useful until it really is, you know? And then we're flying around the world and shit. Did you see me flying in Rabbit Hovel?
Oh, of course. I mean,
I think the whole city saw.
Oh, definitely. I ended up heading there on what do I call it? I had some things to pick up. I recently got a couple of upgrades done to my gun hammer. And I was looking at getting some new ammunition while I was there, since I used up the last of it a little while ago. But, Say. And Aurorus. Oh, hang on. Let me close the door because you can hear that. Someone's freaking around the door outside. Where is it?
And a road.
pulls out a small notebook. Well, I've been meaning to ask, actually. There are some areas of this, well, some areas of this plane I'm not quite familiar with. Might I ask where you originated from?
Karos.
Any particular city,
Ishtas.
or what made you leave? You seem like you were away from
Hmm.
Not
Well,
not something you'd like to talk about, or
I can. I don't have any parents. I was raised by my uncle and aunt, and they didn't like me, and then they hated me, and then one time my uncle knocked me straight out in an argument, and then after that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave and never come back. And I left and never went back.
Incensed by this, like the guy's hand is like kind of instinctually gone down to grab the handle of his gun hammer. Well, that's quite the understandable reasoning. Oh, sorry. I despise it when people act like that. It's unbecoming.
Yeah, it felt pretty unbecoming.
Well, I guess it would be quite the entertaining screw you to them when I say when we have to eventually go there, because I imagine that the time age sages, sorry, the chronomantic sages that are living there still aren't exactly going to make their way over to us without any external input.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Well,
No.
you're working with one of the most reputable guilds out there, so you can probably rub it in their face. Hell, drop a meteor on the house. I won't see anything.
Oh, I'm so tempted, but I would probably be arrested and, you know.
Either that, or I could just. Actually, no. That would be funny in concept, but not in practice. You see, one of the spells I have allows me to essentially make someone huge. We're not talking like muscle huge, like literally, like growing to 2 sizes bigger than they actually are, like huge, as in literal huge. And
Okay.
To accentuate the point, Aurelus pulls out an apple and then casts legendary proportions on it. And it goes from its normal size to roughly the size, like about half the size of a beach ball.
Wow. Can you give it here?
What, the apple?
I'm asking for the apples. Yeah, the apple.
Of course. And
The big apple.
you are passing the big apple.
Okay, I bite the big apple. What does it taste like?
It tastes like an apple.
It just tastes. Wow, it tastes the same. That's crazy.
Well, yes, of course. Were you expecting it to taste different because it was massive?
I thought it would taste less
Apple.
good. Yeah, it would be like less concentrated apple.
Aurora starts chuckling to himself, and you hear him very quietly mutter the words "diluted apple."
I don't know. You just increased an apple. I didn't really think much.
Well, I mean, it also works on people, which is quite funny. Might be useful later on if I have to punt somebody several miles away. We never know. That's the the benefits of green?
Well, we just go to Ishtoth and I just kick my uncle like a football.
I mean, that is certainly possible.
That would be fun.
Say, I should probably be a little bit direct with you and tell you how I found you so quickly. You see, one of the spells I know is called the Sun Location. Now, because I've seen you before, I can quite easily locate wherever you are.
Interesting.
Which could be quite useful. So if you're ever in a tight spot, just use cast sending. Or I could sending.
I do that a
sending
lot.
You.
I love that spell.
I have also
I could annoy anyone I know, like constantly, and they wouldn't be able to do a thing.
Oh yes, that's the benefits of the spell. I mean, why do you think I took the time to learn it myself a while ago?
Oh my god, we can have sending conversation.
Aurela's nods.
That's so cool. I mean, we can have conversations like normally, like we are now, but also from the other side of the world, or I don't think it works in other planes. Is it? One second. Do
If target is not on the same plane, there is a 5% chance the spell doesn't arrive. So it's a 1 in 20 chance that it just doesn't turn up.
so slightly less in other planes. Cool.
Yeah. Aurelus leans forward. Well, I do have to ask though. Since I'll be eventually joining your group, the Guildmasters made arrangements so that when Gelda goes off to go and find his family, I was going to say hunt them down, but that sounds a bit out of character.
That does sound a bit out of character.
He's made arrangements so that I can join up with your group, and Gelda will just be reassigned to another.
Aww. I like Gelda. But like, it's great that you're joining, but Gelda's really nice.
Yes, well, he seems to have developed a little bit of an obsession with trying to locate his family. I don't think I've seen him outside of that library for a couple of days now. But go figure.
Well, hopefully he finds them.
That's the hope. They're somewhat important to, I guess, the success of the Guildmaster's operation.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you feel about that anyway?
I don't know, it's a big task, but I do get paid for it, so...
Is that the only thing that takes up your mind?
I mean, the whole mission thing, I haven't really thought about it much. I just do it, you know?
He tilts his head at you. Interesting. Say, I know your group's already requested the Guildmaster. But, I would be more than happy to come and help you deal with that, abomination thing. That's kind of what I'd end up doing half the time. I was hunting down your doppelganger, and then, well, let's just say I like to take down things that shouldn't exactly exist, we'll put it that way. So doppelgangers and any sort of abominations that I find, or monstrosities I guess the better word would be. I find them, I take them out. So perhaps you could
Yeah.
allow me to assist.
Yeah, that would be great. Probably I should ask everyone else, because I don't know. Have you met any of the group you?
Well, I've briefly passed a couple of your group members, but not exactly directly introduced myself to them yet.
Yeah. We'll obviously have to do that first.
Perhaps we could do it sometime soon.
Yeah. Hopefully before Milo comes back. If he's coming. He probably will be coming back.
Aurelius tilts his head slightly again. Is there some sort of issue with him? I haven't really interacted with him yet, but it seems like a lot of your group kind of shy away when he's here.
He's kind of... I don't want to say no. He's not a lot of problems in the group seem to involve him. Let's just say that. He also doesn't like me because I'm a demon tiefling and he's like a devil tiefling. And it's like a
Well, the infernal
big
conflict is quite a big deal, considering that it's a war that's still raging on in the underworld currently. Hell, I wanted to visit there briefly to collect some potential, how would I describe it? I wanted to go there to collect some potential valuable minerals for a little bit of research into some variety in the ammunition types I wanted to carry on me. And I wasn't allowed to go in through Rabbit Hovel because, well, the conflict had moved slightly towards that entrance. We'll put it that way. But
there's an entrance in Rabbit Hovel.
Aurelius nods. Yes, there are
Crazy.
several different entrances into the underworld. The closest one to this guild would be the one in Rabbit Hovel.
Well, I certainly won't be going to the underworld anytime soon if I can help it.
Well, considering that you have to go through the underworld to get to the abyss, where I'm assuming that we'll have to seal the Lily and Beast away anyway. I have to go down there eventually.
Think of that. Why are we going to all the places I do not want to be in?
Well, I mean, if you don't want to be in them, I can't imagine how a lot of the older guild members are feeling about having to go down there a second time.
That's true.
Well, if you would be so inclined for this evening, I would enjoy spending some time together again. Aurelius nudges Alec in the shoulder.
I nudge him back. I would enjoy that too.
Well, I think for now then, I've got to go. I think I should go and have some brief conversations with the guildmaster about potentially getting to assist with the handling of the abomination.
Yep, I'm gonna go look for Demios for magical reasons.
Well, you two have fun. Don't break anything now.
Aww. Nah, leave.
Okay. So Alec, you are off to go and find Demios. In the meantime, now that your clay making activities have concluded and they are being currently baked, Penton and Alice.
Is there any way me and Alice can practice dual casting? Clone casting, sorry. because I have lesser shadow elemental. So
Oh, let's go.
if you have any elemental spell pretty much whatsoever,
Which is a Dark Knight. I will have to take a look. As of current, the two of you do not share any spells.
huh.
Oh, damn.
However, that being said, because Penton is capable of learning 3rd level magic, Alice, you could attempt to teach Penton Dispel.
Oh, that's probably a good one to teach him.
That's a very good one to teach me.
And then, should Penton be successful in learning that from you, you could practice twin casting with that particular spell.
Hell yeah.
Right, well, I better teach Penton how to dispel.
Okay, so you spend a little bit of time practicing that with Yuzok, Zach, well, basically the rest of the group trying to assist in those measures.
We're back in school.
Penton, can you roll an Arcana check for me,
Can I
please?
roll an Arcana check?
Yes.
Probably not. Oh wait, yes I can. Fuck. How did you do anything else? Where's Cavalier? That is a... Maths. Yeah, it's maths. It is. It's maths. It's 33.
Yep. So you successfully learn Dispel from Alice, and I will be adding that to your sheet.
Woohoo! High five!
Let's go.
So, as a...
Should I teach you something in return?
I don't think any of the spells that you know will fit on Alice's list, because...
Teach you how to gamble, although it might not be a very good thing to teach
Yeah, probably
you.
not a good idea to teach Alice how to gamble.
It was
Um,
Mira who was asking me to teach her to gamble.
Spell-wise...
I don't know, I guess I'll take you on that fishing trip at some point. There you go.
Oh
Just
yeah,
easy
let's
roll.
go.
I do not think that there is anything that you can teach Alice, but I will take a look at a later date. Just
What
'cause
other
it's
stupid
gonna-
activities can we get up to? I'm not saying this was stupid, but it's certainly random.
So,
Quite
can you both
silly.
roll me a d10, please, if you're practicing twin casting together? I'm going to do the same for...
Remembering which one the D10 is. This one's got a pile on
That
the
one.
side. I'll shoot with this one. That's a 7. And probably a deafened viewer. Because that was right next to the mic.
I don't think the noise came through,
No, I didn't.
or I just wasn't paying enough attention.
Good, you still have eardrums.
So, 7 and... What did you roll, Alice?
Oh, sorry, what am I rolling? Wait, I totally missed
D10,
this.
A d10.
Oh. Another 4.
Okay. So I've added the progress onto my notes, and I also need to roll. Okay. So whilst Alice and Penton are practicing their twin casting, Yuzok and Norlan decide to try it out, and Kay and Xanis continue to practice together. As of this point, you guys are... I'm guessing you guys are just kind of chilling together.
Yeah. We'll go watch a movie. No.
Xanis comes up to you, Penton. Would you mind if me and you had a quick chat?
Sure.
Come on then. Uzok, don't break anything.
Hey, that's not fair. You don't break everything. Yeah.
And Xanis and Pendant leave the room. Xanis takes Pendant to a little chill, one of the little lounge areas of the guild. So, I got approached by Mira and Milo while we were in Honeymill.
Sounds fun.
It wasn't. It was really awkward. Milo wanted to know why I wanted him to be my second in command a while ago. And that, I kind of told him to his face why. And then we had that interaction with each other. And then Mira came to talk to me, to reminisce about the fact that neither of us are children anymore. We're both adults now.
What?
And Xanis looks a little bit disheartened. Well, I think it's because she misses having me, her, and Kay be all friendly together, and was trying to like reconnect, but
I know she's stupid, but how does she
I turned around to her and told her I wasn't a child. I was still supposed to be
Yeah,
a kid.
that.
I don't really know how to feel at the moment. I've had a little bit of a rant to Uzok, but I
She
feel
can't justify the fact that she's immature by lugging the rest of us in with her.
just me.
Just you.
And I think Kay, but she didn't really reference Kay. But, no, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about as well. Uzok wants to have a chat with you, I think, if you're available for that. And, there's something I've been wanting to learn, but Papa Wolf, I'm trying to learn from Papa Wolf, and it's not making sense to me. I was wondering whether you'd be able to help me with that at all?
Anything I can do?
Partly helping me practice it.
Practice what?
Well, if we go to the arena in a little while, I basically just want you to reposition this like dummy a certain distance away, because I've been trying to practice, I think it's called launch, that Papa Wolf seems to use a lot. He wanted to teach me that, and I've been struggling a little. Not with not with actually using it, but more trying to land it.
Okay.
And then there's also one that's,
Do you want me to get some mats or something so you don't break your neck on impact?
oh, it's that and another one that I kind of require somebody that isn't me. And I know that you can now imitate lightning spells, so
Yeah.
would you be willing to help me with that?
Sure, okay. Anything for you.
Okay, well, that was all I really wanted to talk to you about. Just beware, Uzok's probably going to ask a lot of invasive questions. He wants to know what landed you here in the first place.
Ah.
Yeah. Somebody's been talking with Mother Nature a bit too much, if you hadn't have guessed that one already.
Well, I would hope I've made enough of an impression upon them that it would change their opinion anyway.
No, I can't imagine it would change much, but I think it's just him being a bit curious. Maybe a bit too curious for his own good, but that's my man. I mean, that's Uzok for you. Right, well,
Yeah, just say the word whenever you're ready and...
Mhm.
Because I'm not doing much right now. I mean, I literally just did a pottery class, for fuck's sake.
I mean, yeah, very self-indulgent pottery. I sold that. Anyway,
If you've got it, flaunt it.
sure. Anyway, Uzok,
Yeah.
And then Xanis heads back into the guild room, and Yusok comes out. Hello, Bunny.
Hello, Yusok.
I want to ask about something.
Go ahead.
What happened in the forest?
I was made into a smear on the ground. Because I did some bad things, and some people did not appreciate it.
Yusok smart enough, you can tell Yusok normally.
Okay, well, I accidentally murdered someone in a bar out of a jealous rage for basically them stepping on my turf and going after what I saw as my girl, and that same person happened to be a high-ranking member of a gang. So I was bagged, chucked in the back of a cart, thrown out in the forest, and beaten half to death.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was smear on the forest floor. And then next thing I knew, I woke up here.
Well, that's a lot.
It is a lot. But you did want to know. And I tried to dumb it down and make it less gruesome. But you wanted it straight, so I gave it to you straight.
Yusok nods and thinks for a moment. Well, Yusok wanted to know because, well, Yusok curious what you were like before.
Would the words an utter bastard suffice?
Yusok nods very thoughtfully. Well,
And at the time I thought literally utter bastard, but apparently that's not true anymore.
Well,
Anyway.
Yusok scratches his chin for a moment. Because, that wasn't my first time to rap Hobble. So it's, well, the only other time Yusok's been there, lots of, well, Yusok thinks that you're a bit of an odd bunny. But now, things make a bit more sense.
Yeah, I was too busy stealing money from people and hurting people back then.
And I was too busy getting lost in a forest. And Yusok looks a little bit embarrassed.
Go on.
Well, so I'm the last of the Maracals, because I used to go out exploring a lot, and it was lots of fun. But I ended up wandering a little bit too far away from my tribe, and then I got lost. And then the plants and trees started talking to me, and well, that was the first time I met Mother Nature.
Huh.
And I spent years exploring that forest, and he clicks his knuckles as he seems to be reminiscing, like it's a proper crunch of his knuckles, as he's like almost reminiscing. And well, when I managed to eventually make my way back through the forest to, you know, where my tribe was, I found out that they were all dead.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, my friend.
Well, it probably didn't help that amongst the people that were, you know, slaughtering my tribe, there was, what I think was a father and son of, desert hollow boxers. And they both had red hair. That's about as much as Yusok remembers of what they looked like. One of them wasn't completely fox, though.
Red hair, you say? Huh. But why didn't you ever return in the meantime?
Because Yusok got a bit lost. Yusok, well, I wasn't very smart. I'm still kind of not smart, but I'm getting smart.
Well, you managed to survive. I mean, you spent years alone. It's worth something, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Mother Nature ended up introducing me to an old friend. And that's how I met Sarah. And then I ended up living in the Feywild for about a year. Satyrs are weird. They're very...
Energetic?
Yes, that would be a good word for it.
Yeah, I found that out.
You did?
That's a story for another time.
Well, Yuzok has found out what he wanted to know.
And I found out a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
You're an interesting person, Yuzo.
Thank you.
And Yuzop ends up heading back into the guild room. Meanwhile, actually, Alice and Penton, what are you two doing before I jump over to Alec?
What's the time?
About 2 p.m.-ish, I'd say.
Can I go get some lunch?
Oh yeah, lunchtime.
Just somewhere out in town?
Let's do it.
So you guys go out to get lunch. In the meantime, Alec, you have found Demios, who's just kind of chilling.
Hello, Demios.
Ah, hello. How you doing?
I would like to learn 3 spells from you, and I wonder if you have them, and can I learn them from you?
Well,
And they are...
I suppose I could be so kind as to teach you.
Okay, they're Time Stop, Greater Quicken, and Temporal Jolt.
Ah, some of me favourites, some of my favourites. Oh, come on then, little prospective chronomancer. Have I got things to teach you? And the two of you are going to spend some time practicing chronomancy. So you were looking at Time Stop. Was it Time Stop, Greater Quicken, and
Temporal Jolt.
Temporal Jolt? Okay. So can you roll me 3 Arcana checks, please?
Ooh. Can... Can I use my motes on them, or are they right next to each other? They'll be spread apart enough,
Yeah, they'll
won't
be
they?
spread apart, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use 3 different dice. Because I've got that many. Oh, and then abilities. It's 3d4. Yeah, it's 3d4. Oh, I'll just Google roll 3d4. I can't bother to do that.
Valid.
First one. Oh!
I'm judging by that
Good
reaction
lord.
that it's not great.
None of them are very good, but I do have very good Arcana, so hopefully that will save it. The first one, 38 plus 11 is 49.
Yep.
Should I write these down, or?
No, I'm making notes, don't worry. Just
Okay,
read your
good.
results at me.
The second one is... Uh, 49.
Yep.
Again? Wow. And the third one is... plus 30. 56.
Yep. So all three of those are a success.
Yay.
Okay. So in the meantime, you'll be spending a few hours learning with Demios. But during that time, Alice and Penton, and I guess the remaining Gilgans went out to lunch. And after a few hours,
Where have we gone?
just one of the little food establishments in Lemthar.
Is there any place that does really good sandwiches?
Fair for you, yes.
Fancy a big sandwich.
Oh, let's go. Fat sandwich.
Fat sandwich. The PH.
PH sandwich.
Like, utterly fucking filled to the brim with pepperoni and cheese.
Oh, the cheese.
It's basically just a pizza in a sandwich, but
Yes, it's a pizza sandwich.
valid. Okay, so you end up
Little,
getting
little,
some
little
sandwiches.
Johnny's Pizza Sandwich Emporium.
No.
Can we meet Little Johnny?
No.
Sorry.
Cease.
Okay. We didn't go to Little Johnny's Pizza Sandwich Emporium.
Okay, so whilst you guys are getting lunch, Alec is practicing and learning some extra chronomancy from Demios. And after a few hours, you end up returning to the guild hall, where Xanis pulls you aside, Penton, to go and practice in the arena.
Am I bringing mats?
And are you bringing mats?
Is there mats anywhere?
What, in the
Am I
arena
gonna
itself?
have to? Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to get the mats out then.
Okay. So Xanis and Penton are off doing that.
Your father won't be very happy with me if you break your neck trying to learn this watch thing. And I did nothing to stop it.
So, Alec, after you've finished learning some more chronomancy, are you doing anything in particular?
Behavior,
Behavior?
ruining.
Oh, ruining. Okay. So, practicing some of that. Alice, what are you doing? Alright, she's not going yet. Okay, so. Alec practicing runes. So the K is giving you a hand doing that. Okay, so Penton, you and Xanis have gone to the guild's arena, where Xanis is attempting to practice some of his runic spell. Some of the runes that he's been taught, but he's not quite got the hang of yet. And to say it's a little bit amusing to watch is an understatement.
Were
As
the
he
mats
was-
necessary?
Oh, yes and no. Oh, and there goes my laptop again. God. It's overheated 3 times in the last hour and a half.
We're gonna buy you a new one.
Okay, so you're basically getting a first-hand experience of watching Xanis catapult full speed towards this, and then
Pancake.
at the last second, the kind of runic magic stops.
Ooh, so close. Just a little bit further, and you'll get it.
You can hear Xanis kind of quite quietly grumbling as he picks himself up, brushes himself off, and re-maneuvers himself. And you hear a very familiar voice call down. Oh, well, what's happening down here then? And it is the Guildmaster. Well, what are you two doing? See crash mats?
Yeah, we're doing gymnastics. But with runes. I forgot what we're learning, Zanus.
Zanus grumbles. Well, we're trying to help me practice my runes, and I'm not really making that much progress. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm being as supportive as I can, but we're starting to wear out the mats, and I'm getting a little bit worried.
Oh, well, here, let me help you out here. So, what you want to do is focus on the rune itself, and you see Lupus moving quite close to Zanus, and basically adjust his posture. So, what you're going to do, foot back a little bit, and then just picture yourself being like an arrow, straight at the thing. That doesn't need to make sense, just do it. And you watch as Zanus prep himself up again. Right, so which one am I doing? Let's go for the 2-word one. That's the one that I told you to practice, so I think you got them confused with each other. Yes. Okay. And you watch as Zanus basically catapults with enough speed and force that his gun blade actually gets stuck in the dummy.
Woo! Nice one!
Oh,
You did it!
whoops. I think.
It's the first time we've hit the target.
What the? Fuck off.
Should I not have said that?
And Zanus kind of growls at you a little bit. You could have said that without my dad here, but sure. Oh God. No. There we go. Okay, well, Mr. Absolute Genius, why don't you have a go at one? Huh?
I can't launch myself. Not without a big catapult or something.
Sucks to be you, Zanus. Fine. Right. Well. Zanus brushes himself off. I'm gonna go and I guess we should go and find a couple of the others to, I guess, experience the joys of this with.
But you are an audience.
No, more of a, if a couple of us can get together and practice, then it might make life easier. I'll go find everybody else. You, I guess, keep the arena occupied. And you are left alone with the Guildmaster, who is just kind of sitting there, mildly amused. Definitely developing to be more like his dad. As in, his Papa Fox, not me. Tell you what, I wouldn't have asked.
Certainly has the attitude.
Yeah, perhaps. Though, I won't quite ruin his day with, with flexing, I suppose.
I mean, it wouldn't ruin my day.
Somehow me flexing magical might. I would not expect you to be entertained by that in the slightest.
What do you mean? It looks cool.
Fine.
Just do the leapy and stab the thing.
What, the same as what he did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. And with an almost like a flick of the blade, you watch the Guildmaster basically full speed catapult straight into the dummy. And then with like the like claw attachments that he's got for his like, I guess described as like sandals. Basically both feet on the shoulders of the dummy, whilst the rapier blade is buried in the thing's forehead. The blade is pulled out, and Lucas basically pushes himself onto it.
God damn.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
my god, my stupid fucking laptop is.
That was perfect timing.
Calm yourself, woman.
When I tell you that I went to go hydrate myself for like 30 seconds and I come back and I'm like, why has Discord crashed? And why
Did you accidentally
can I
hydrate
no
your
longer
laptop?
connect to Wi-Fi? And then I was like, oh, my laptop is trying to restart itself for an update in the middle of my fucking D&D session.
Oh my god, no.
I think you should write a strongly worded letter of complaint to Bill Gates.
No.
Right now.
Yeah,
on
I
screen.
am, because my D&D session is more important than a software update that probably could be done in an hour and a half when D&D is finished.
Yeah, I feel that.
So angry, Alice.
Alice smash!
Yes. Okay, so
I'm gonna chop someone's head off.
No, Alice, that's the old you.
so Lupus turns.
No, old Alice, we're new Alice now. We just go, nah.
Yeah.
Alice is having a relapse.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for distracting the session with my rant.
I don't blame you. It's really
Alice
frustrating. We decided to
just
do
comes
that.
into the arena screaming about a laptop. What's it?
Well, I was like, God damn it, there's only.
That's perfectly understandable. I know my laptop is, well, it's like 3-4 years old at this point, but it's overheating constantly because of the fucking weather. Oh god, right.
I mean, it would be fine if there was like more than 4 of us in the session, but I was like, I'm literally just abandoned ship like midway through because my laptop decided it wants a software update.
No, it's all good, it's all good. Right, so, to set the scene for you, Alice, it's currently Penton and Lupus in the arena. Xanis has been trying to practice a rune, he's finally got it. He's gone off to go and grab everybody else so that they can come join in the practice. And Penton is...
Oh yeah, let's go.
Penton's asked Lupus to show off, basically. So he has done that. So Lupus, after brushing himself up a little bit...
Well, that was an easy one, and show me a difficult one.
Depends, how difficult do you want me to do it?
What's the coolest thing you can do?
Well...
And how far back should I stand for it?
Well, it depends whether you want me to show off something a bit more... like, offensive, defensive?
Something that demonstrates your raw power, but balances with style and finesse.
Oh, that's easy. And you watch a 3-word rune basically pop up underneath the Guildmaster. What? Are you chuckling about?
Because the first thing that came to my head was live, laugh, love.
No. No. And you feel an intense energy basically start filling the room. And for a moment, the Guildmaster is there, and then in a blink, you basically watch the dummy. Yeah, you watch the dummy be struck about what? In the span of about 6 seconds, you watch as this dummy is struck 15 times with just the sword, with just the weapon. No other spells are being used here. You watch the dummy basically get struck 15 times consecutively, and then the Guildmaster reappears back in the spot he was standing.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Oh
just
my what?
that's just the one onslaught, but
And you can do that how many times in a ball?
many times. It just provided that I hit the thing. Because my rapier allows me to basically regenerate some of that lost magic energy that I put into fueling these runes. when I'm dealing, I guess, dishing out damage to a foe. So I can hit them hard, and then hit them hard again.
So I got a new. This was from the it's from Reginald, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Lucas was pregnant.
Yeah. So we're already here. Can I try out that new rune I got?
Which is
Well, do I actually know what it does? Like, what do I
Which one?
find out now? Barrier of Terror.
Barrier of Terror. Yes, you're aware of what it does because you had it briefly explained to you, very briefly.
Like become invulnerable, right?
Yes, but that's also weaponizing your fear.
Explain.
So basically, casting these runes is not only a magically exhaustive process, but it can also pull on your emotions as well. And as Lupus is explaining this, the rest of the group end up rocking up, bringing Alec and Kay with.
I want to test it.
You want to test.
I think you are like the strongest person in the fucking universe. You'd be the perfect person to test this.
For context, for the rest of the group has arrived. So Nolan, Alice, Uzok, Xanis, Alec, Kay arrived to hear Penton say that. I want to test this because you're the most powerful person. The most powerful person. And Lupus is looking very concerned.
Let's do it.
Are you certain?
What are we doing?
6 seconds, yeah? Do the
Yes.
same thing you just did. I will stand in front of the dummy.
Okay then. Also, hello to the rest of you. Say,
Hello.
I need to have
Hello.
this working and I need to know how it works for the upcoming fights so I don't die. So,
right, so,
better to do it in the presence of the people that can, save my life if I do die.
okay, and Lucas looks to Alec and Alice. So, be prepared, you're about to watch a man basically jump out of his own skin.
Okay.
I don't want to see that.
Not literally, metaphorically speaking. Okay.
I do not understand the metaphor, but go ahead.
And I'm assuming Penton's gone over to where the dummy is and is now standing.
So I have to focus on my
Your fear of death. If you're existential, this will be perfectly easy for you
only
to do.
the fear of death, or just
Yes.
fear in general. The fear of loss.
Specifically, fear of harm. Physical harm to you. Probably
Okay.
the best way of
Well, that's a
focusing on.
pretty good way to do it.
It depends on what.
Having someone launching towards me with the intent to stab me 15 times in a few seconds.
Seeing as you wanted me to flex how capable I am with my runes, I feel like just pulling out any old thing will be a bit too easy. So, anyway, Lucas turns around to the rest of the group. So what I'm about to show you is one of the spells that was used during what we'll call the Slaven Saga, when we had all the lovely crystal heroes together. The one that I'm about to throw at Penton.
I know Slaven.
Lupus is talking a little bit quietly so Penton can't hear him. What I'm about to do is basically throw a giant star made of ice at this man. He is not gonna be mentally prepared for what is about to happen.
Depends if Super Mario to himself. I really hope this works. I don't want to die. It's pretty embarrassing.
So, this is, it's called Frozen Star.
Give me your best shot, Wolfie.
Yes, alright. And Lucas looks back to the rest of the group. Basically, you're about to watch Penton jump out of his skin. Enjoy this. This will be the one time you get to laugh at him. For free. And Lucas stands up. She basically sheathes his rapier and drops the great sword off his back, which basically just hits the dirt, and the tip of the blade buries itself. And you basically get to watch this kind of whitish blue rune form. Another 2-word rune. And Penton, you are targeted with Frozen Star.
Okay.
So you basically watch. We're not talking like star as in the shape. We're talking like star as in a celestial body. A miniaturized ice star being thrown at you.
Oh my fucking god!
And the rest of you just get to watch as this thing rapidly approaches Penton at a ridiculous speed.
I made a mistake!
And that is the last thing that you hear from him as it explodes.
Oh
But
my god!
As it vanishes, you see this kind of like this green hexagonal barrier, or maybe not like it's made of like hexagonal plates that has basically blocked the full attack. And Penton is looking absolutely mortified. And there is an example.
And just like holding himself, like just checking that he's actually still alive. Oh my fucking god! That
Yeah,
was
to be
a
honest, I'm not sure
start.
how you're still alive as well.
And it's just in disbelief at the fact that he's just basically just got Death Ball from fucking Dragon Ball. Well, it works! Oh my god, am I glad that it works? I need a minute. Oh my god. That was so fucking cool.
Well, now that I've terrified the ever-living crap out of you, can you see why? And Lupus kind of gives Penton a moment before regathering everybody in one space. Can you see why the Crystal Heroes were capable of dealing with Slaven anyway? That's the kind of things that were getting thrown around. That was the kind of thing getting thrown around quite consistently. Anyhow.
Shake myself back into composure. Right, anyway, where were we?
Well, helping Xanis learn some runes. Say, Alice.
Is there any mats left on the floor? Did the star destroy them?
No, they're gone. They have been basically vaporized.
Do I have to pay for those? No.
They're magical. They just disappear.
Pretty much, yeah. They are. The moment they get destroyed, they take about 30 minutes to reform inside the cupboard. That's not even a joke. That's me being deadly serious. I thought this ahead. But Lupus looks to Alice. Say, I know you've managed to get hold of a rune. Do you know how to use it?
Yeah. No.
Would you like to learn how?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, I'll have some, I'll share out some of my MP with you in a moment. Actually, I have to make sure I've tallied up how much I've just used the whipses. So, was gravity lunge, and frozen stomach, so -7. Bonk. There we go. Right, so. Okay. SMH. So, Alice, your rune is that of mimicry.
Yes.
Okay. So. Pick one of your allies that's here that you would like to try and mimic. Any one of them. For context.
You?
Me, if you're certain.
I'd love to mimic you. Are you kidding?
Well. So, what do I have that you can mimic with these? Ah, this works. Okay, so let's say I'm fighting with the rest of your group. I'm fighting Nolan, I'm fighting Uzok, Xanis, Alec, Kay, and Penton, and you're helping me. And Lupus is going to trigger his Aurora ability. Now, Alice, I'd like you to use your mimicry rune.
Okay.
So, I believe, let me just check. So that'll cost Alice 50 MP to use. But as you do that, you directly like a one-to-one replication of the Aurora ability that Lupus just used. So.
Wait, how much MP did you say it would cost me?
50.
Oh my lord, I'm never using this. This is the most expensive. What the? I don't have that much MP.
You have 174.
Yeah, okay. I've literally used a third.
So you replicate that, and now for the next how many? For the next 27 rounds, you have fast healing 8 and +7 to AC. Now I gave you a little bit of an easier one to replicate there, but you see, and Lupus basically shares out some of his MP to you to recover up however much you use, the amount that you've used. Yeah, my ability to work today is not good. You see, I gave you quite an easy one to replicate, but it'll essentially allow you, whatever ability one of your allies has used previously, you can directly imitate that. Now the one that I used is not exactly perfect, but imagine if you will, Alec, come here a second.
Okay. I go there.
So as you approach, Lupus makes direct eye contact with you. Now, you're aware that you're able to shift time backwards, right? Literally using your time shifting ability.
Yep.
Lupus looks to Alice. Should that be the last ability that was used by one of your allies, say you end up getting the ability to jump into combat immediately after Alec has done this, or I don't know, Alex used his time dilation. You can literally replicate that exact same thing.
Yeah, and I'd love to.
So,
Well, the last ability I used was Motes of Time, so...
yes, it'll be in combat specifically. So say, I don't know, say that Penton has decided to use his lucky streak. You can imitate that if that's the last ability that was used here. It might not seem that good, but trust me, it's much more powerful than you initially might think it is.
And can I learn it forever then if I've mimicked it once?
Unfortunately, it's not. It does not function the same way as blue magic.
Oh
So,
no, my mom was pretty cool.
well, from what training you've been getting, I'm pretty sure that you'll once you get some more experience out in the battlefield, you'll certainly be able to replicate it.
Okay.
And Lupus has a smile on his face. That being said, Lupus is scratching his chin for a moment. When it comes to the upcoming fight against that Tug Abomination, I probably won't be using my runic magic that much. But how are you feeling about that and what's to come? I must know.
Wait, what?
How are you feeling about the battle that is to come against the abomination?
Oh, well, confident as always, you know? Let's do it. Let's bring it on.
Well, when your group reforms and are ready to go, I will be able to. Well, I should elaborate. Currently, Ziffy is out in the field and is currently tracking it down. That's probably why you've not seen him for a while.
Yeah, I wonder where he went.
He's been strangely absent. And honestly, quite terrified about the fight. But then again, I just learned that I have an ability that allows me to weaponize my terror. So
Yes,
I guess
but
And I have this mimic thing, which could be super cool. Can I mimic enemies, or is it just allies?
for this rune in particular, it'll be just allies. However, I'm sure that you'll be able to locate some, or at least eventually learn the runes that allow you to mimic enemy abilities.
you mimic runes.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
Well,
learned some
y'all better-
terrifying things about the what was it, Warren of the Withered Blood. Yeah. Yeah. We can't teleport in there, so
Oh no.
That means
Y'all better cast some hella cool spells so I can mimic them.
well,
I wonder if what kind of abilities I could give Alice. Let me see.
Oh, you can mimic my opportunist. Which would allow you to just get a free
Time
attack since you're
flicker.
in melee range, which you're always in melee range.
Time Flicker can give you a 50% evasion rate.
can
Ooh.
you imagine Alice with like a 50% chance to hit her? Otherwise, the 50% chance is an automatic miss. Jesus.
We still
Christ.
haven't got to see.
Wait,
Alice,
wait,
so
wait,
I'm
wait, wait.
careful.
Wait.
We still have-
Time dilation gives everyone an extra ability. So if like I get extra use of their daily abilities. So could do it twice.
Would that work? Can that
Get
stack?
2x,
Yes.
I guess. It just
It does
Yeah.
It can technically infinitely chain, since the ability does not restore the use of it for you, for your specific ability.
how do I get the mimic? How do I get mimic? I want that.
I mean, you can get Alice to mimic that ability, and then you can just restore your ability uses, provided you have the MP restoratives to, top Alice's MP back up.
Could that potentially reset my rabbit's foot
Potentially.
without having to need to get a crit? Sorry, without having to have an
Wait,
enemy rolling
as
that
in-
one on me.
No, you would need. Wait, no, because that only restores if you roll that one. It won't. Time dilation might work on that.
It doesn't mimic passives though, does it? No.
No. Anyway, something that I should ask you. When we do go out there, I'm assuming that you've mentally prepared yourselves for what's to come.
Yep.
As much as I can do.
Well,
Mhm.
I suppose I shouldn't be all doom and gloom. I have something that might be of interest to you. And I'm going to get Demios to come and give some assistance.
It's not another star, is it?
No, actually.
Okay.
It's this.
So
And
less celestial bodies for one day.
Lupus uses what appears to be some sort of runic platform of sorts to hop back up over the wall of the arena before popping back down into the arena with a small basket in hand. I've been testing out a new recipe, and I thought I'd share some of the love, if you will. And within this basket are a bunch of small buns. like bread buns.
What kind of buns?
They're the type.
Do they look soft?
Yes, they do.
Are
Actually.
they soft round
Are
buns?
they chewy?
Oh god.
Chewy and sweet?
See, I sat there chuckling to myself, smiling, thinking that was where it was going to go. And I was like, oh wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. No,
Like balloons.
they are what appear to be like a type of cheese roll.
Ooh.
It's got a little.
I will eat one.
So you take one.
I'm
out
already
and you
munching
eat
it.
I will eat them.
You're taking multiple out of the basket.
I'm gonna push them up.
Lucas doesn't care that you take 2 buns out of the basket.
It's a little victory for me. I know what you mean.
Are they good?
Alice, would you like to take a bun from the basket?
Hell yeah, I'm taking a bun out the basket.
Okay, so you take these buns out of the basket, and
And I'm having a nom.
they're actually really good. They're soft. They're like a really kind of nice. They're soft. They're soft, chewy, cheesy, really good. There's a very mild spice to them as well.
Wow, my goodness, who made this delicious loaf?
Lupus smile a little bit. Well, that would be me. I mean, most of the things that you end up eating in this guild are recipes of mine.
My goodness, I need this every day for the rest of my life. We don't have any of this in Aquarian.
Well, to be fair, that's because most of the food that comes into Aquarian is a lot of seafood and things that you can forage from the ocean. So
We do have a lot of seafood.
You make an amazing sushi.
They are very much well known for that. Most fish-related foodstuffs are quite commonly imported over from there. That's why I've recently sent off. Oh god, who did I send? I would have been. I think it probably would have been. Ah, yes, I remember now. I ended up sending over Lycus and Zero to go and, I guess, secure the next shipment of seafood that we've got coming over from the island of Wallen, or mainly from Aquarian specifically. But dear, Lupus chuckles a little bit. So, with that being said, I do wonder.
I do too.
Oh, that's a bit too early.
Same.
I wonder why we're here.
Okay, that's
deep.
definitely a bit too relatable. Lupus has a little bit of a smile on his face. How's your twin casting been coming along?
It hasn't. Milo's away.
Have you tried practicing with anybody else?
No.
Would you like to?
Sure.
Well, let's Well, there are 7 of you, so I suppose one of you will have the misfortune of having to attempt to learn via me.
I guess that would be me.
Well, okay. So,
If you teach me that star thing, that would be cool.
I don't think you'll quite have the capability to learn that just yet.
Maybe like just a planet level.
No.
No?
Some of the stuff that I use is very
Big rock?
a little bit beyond your level.
Oh. Stop me when I'm small enough.
Lupus just looks at Penton. You have no idea the temptation to just turn around and just become a puddle.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Do it.
Is that a threat? I don't know how
Yes.
to process this.
That is a threat. I'm threatening you with becoming a puddle.
I don't know if I feel threatened.
Lupus crunches his knuckles. Anyway, moving onwards,
You wanna do it?
What, you're just not gonna do it?
Lupus sighs and casts fluid form, and basically becomes a puddle on the floor.
Hey, can I jump in the puddle?
The puddle proceed. The,
The puddle
are you about?
proceeds.
I'm presuming you are about to jump.
The puddle
I'm
proceeds to
jumping
launch a
in the
star at
puddle.
Alec.
Yes, I jump in the puddle.
The puddle moves out from underneath your feet, and proceeds to.
Can I touch a tiny bit of the puddle to my tongue and then really polymorph into puddle Lupus?
No,
Why? Can we puddle buddies?
no.
Would it work though?
The puddle itself goes from. It basically doubles in size, and then reforms. Reforms back into Lupus. The fluid forms.
Aww.
And Lupus just. You're now looking at a very large Lupus who is just looking at you both with mild disappointment.
Did you seriously try and jump in him?
I wanted to see what would happen.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You could have hurt him.
Like you weren't contemplating the same.
I was contemplating copying you.
I wouldn't have hurt him. Come on. If it would have hurt him, he wouldn't fluid. He would become fluid in front of us.
Maybe, I don't know, you splash him and he goes. Some part of him goes too far away to reform and then he reforms without an arm.
Unfortunately, that is very much possible.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
We could probably grow his arm back with all the
Yes, but that would take a while.
mages. You'd be fine.
Yeah, but it's a problem we don't need to have in the first place.
I'd just like to point out that Lupus has used, what is it? I'm trying to find the fucking spell again. Where is it? The reason why the puddle doubled in size is because Lupus decided it'd be a brilliant idea to cast Greater Enlarge on himself.
It just becomes a pool. He'll just start drowning.
I'm gonna use Alec. Actually, I can use Alec and, Penton. Actually, fuck it. I'll do Alice as well. Just so you have a visual representation of what is currently staring you down.
Puddle Lupus becomes Leak Lupus.
Back to the height chart. Hell yeah.
Wait,
Um,
I don't think I've grown. R.I.P.
no, Lupus is using a spell that lasts for about 2 minutes. For 2 minutes,
R.I.P.
I am large.
Will it increase the depth of your voice?
Sure, but I'm not doing that out loud. I can't be asked. The only time I will be bothered to do that is when I have to voice, if I have to voice Luna like him. So, this is with Greater Enlarge active, so you can see.
That's a big puddle.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Large. Anyway,
That's very large.
Lupus returns.
You know, Aurolus did that to an apple earlier. It was nice. It was a good apple.
I mean,
What?
understandable. Let me guess. The legendary proportion spell?
Yeah. Are you gonna stay like that? Is
No.
this the new Lupus?
No, I will return to normal, and Lupus basically returns to his normal self.
Yeah, you can save that one for later.
Lupus proceeds to very, very, very unlikely give Penton a solid punch in the arm.
Can I say that I was terrified of that punch? So that I
No, I'm gonna punch you.
oh, okay.
I'm gonna punch you.
Great. Oh, you're actually rolling damage?
I'm actually rolling.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck.
You take 300 bludgeoning damage.
Do you remember how when Norik got punched way back, he went through the tent, that sort of thing, but through the arena wall?
No. This is a punch in the shoulder. Yes, that ignores. And just to add insult to injury, Lupus is also going to use his, what's it fucking called? Where is it? I'm trying to find it. There it is. Runic Amplification.
Okay.
And apply that to the damage roll. So you get punched in the arm with an extreme amount of force. And Xanus is giggling at you as you take what's your physical resistance? Let me just
Aw.
I'm gonna scroll. Because the best part of this is I can give you, because that buff and debuff tracker exists, I can actually give you the number with your resistances replied. You take 97 bludgeoning damage.
Ow! Jesus! Just sitting there with a dead arm now.
Anyway, I can use that as a good excuse to show off this. And Lucas is going to use the Sacred Winds rune.
What'd it do?
So you get it projects out like a 20-foot radius from Lupus, and these like very like almost relaxing and revitalizing winds blow in this circle, and heals for 292 HP across all of you, and you feel energized and revitalized. Which is basically my way of saying, hee hee, you don't have status ailments, but it removes them. Smile. Anyway, as I was going to do, with using a little bit of runic magic, I can make it a bit easier for you and less straining to practice your dual casting together.
Okay.
Sorry, dual casting, twin casting. My apologies. So, do you want to? And Lucas looks at the rest of the group. Do you want to pair off with who you'd like?
Who has any of my spells?
What's you have Dispel, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I think the only person that Alec cannot learn to twin cast with is Xanus.
Wait, Kay has one of the haste gun.
Let me look.
I think you said that.
Yes, she has.
Because I don't want to dispel with everything.
Yeah, well,
Boring one.
keep in mind that the spell you're using to practice twin casting does not limit you to that spell exclusively. It's just something that you can learn each other's magical abilities with, so you can then twin cast two spells put together, sort of thing. I'll explain it in more detail, but you aren't relegated to just this spell. So you want to pair up with Kay, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it's me and you, Alice.
Woohoo! Let's go.
Alec and Kay. I don't think there's a pairing that's already done. No. Alice Panton. Wait, aren't you pairing up with the Guildmaster?
Am I?
I don't know, are you?
Can I do both? Are we here for long enough?
If you want to use up the rest of the in-game day for it, sure.
Why not? Has everyone else got anything they want to do?
Not specifically that I can think of.
Roll us again. Later.
Well, when we're done, Alec can go off and do his thing, and then me and Alice can practice after we're done with the Guildmaster.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
It's all worked out.
Okay, so you watch as Lupus kind of manipulates a little bit of magic, and you feel massively empowered as you're practicing your spells together. I'd like you to roll me a D100 each. You can have advantage on that D100.
Wow. I will take that. Where is my other? There it is. One of them is a 33, and the other one is a 95. I will take 95.
95, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, and K rolled a 52, so... Okay, and then Alice and Penton, what did you two roll?
84.
40. Oh, we said at the same time.
Damn, okay, well. So as your three pairs, Nolan kind of just sits back and watches. He does not seem too interested in practicing. So just vibes. And as you're doing so, Alice and Penton, you have reached full completion and are able to twin cast with each other.
Let's go!
The same for Alec and Kay,
Go
and
team.
Xanis and Uzok. So you will now be able to basically pair your spells together
Go Team Pals.
and cast.
Any spells?
Woohoo.
Yes, so for clarification, they will need to be of the same spell type. So say for example, Alec, you're gonna yeah, literally, if you want to cast Meteor, you can pair it with Kay's Saintly Beam spell.
I can't. Oh my.
What the hell was that?
They will layer on top of each other.
Also, I think haste is like enhancement or something. So would that?
It would
So like
be-
any of the other buffs would also.
So it is a buff. The spell type, it's a buff spell, so Kay could apply like Slap Protect 5 or Shell 5 on top of that. So you basically have an AoE Hasture plus Protect 5 across everybody. Just keep in mind it will take an action from both of you, and it will still take the MP from both of you. That's the only downside of it. It's basically the crystal combos from last campaign, if you want to think of it like that. So, similar sort of energy. Same goes with Alice and Penton, so you two can just basically combine a couple of spells together, provided they're of the same spell type. And I'll basically give a whole rundown on it if you don't completely understand it.
Sweet.
For the sake of
Okay, Sly.
For the sake of everybody's sanity. Okay, so with that done, you'd say you take a little while practicing it. So it'll be about 5-6 PM in game. Would you like to carry on, or would you like to do some other things with do some other bits and pieces? I know Alex got his date with the realist. Don't know why I keep saying it so weirdly. For some reason it amuses me. So, Alec, I'm guessing you're going for your date, your second date with the realist.
Mhm.
Okay. So you head off. Alice, what would you like to do with the rest of the in-game day? You can carry on practicing twin casting with the rest of the group, or you can go about something.
I'm gonna let's practice twin casting actually. Yeah, but I'll think of something.
Yeah.
After Alex dates, I'll think of something.
It's just so basically I can work out where everybody is.
Yeah, I'll keep twin casting.
Okay. Who do you want the next twin casting partner to be? I'm guessing Kay.
Yeah, okay, 100%.
Okay. Xanis and Uzok are going to head off and do their own thing. Leaving Penton, Nolan's going to head out and go Penton. Yo! What are you doing?
Who is left here that I can practice with?
The Guildmaster or K, if you wait.
Have I not completed with the Guildmaster?
No, because it was one rotation.
Okay, well the Guildmaster then.
Okay.
Because I don't think me and Kay have anything yet, so might as well focus on the ones that I already have a percentage on.
Okay, so if you can do the same again, the 2d100s. You're not going to use your luck points? That's something you can do that for. Alex, what did you roll? Alex,
Whoa, whoa, la, 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 la,
what did you
la.
roll?
What am I rolling?
The 2d100s again.
2 of them?
Mm-hmm. And
Oh
taking
my
the,
god.
You're taking the better.
Okay, okay, I'm rolling.
Take the bigger result. It's really
Oh my god, I think this is the highest I've ever rolled on a D100. Bloody 98!
Damn. Yep. So that's a.
I'm fucking Slay Queen. Normally I roll a bloody 2.
Valid. Penton, what did you roll?
77.
Okay. Right. So that's a success. That's a full completion for both of you. So for Alex and Kay, and then Lucas and Penton. In the meantime, Alec, you've gone to go find Aurelus, who is dressed up a little bit, made his hair look a bit, more presentable. Well, here comes the purple horned man himself.
Hello.
How
You look
doing?
nice.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. Gotta make sure I look good for my hot day.
Sorry, I've just been spells.
Yeah, I could tell there was something going on in the arena, but let me guess, a little bit of twin casting for the
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I was planning on doing something like that for myself, but I haven't really found the time for it yet. Anyway, shall we?
Mhm. We shall.
And so the two of you head off into the town. You find this really nice, riverside bar. And it seems as though you have a reservation here. The guy has thought, Aurelus has thought ahead. Well, take a seat. And don't worry about food, it's on me.
Excellent. I'm a little broke, to be honest.
It's perfectly fine, I wouldn't have you pay anyway.
I spent all my money on this cool scimitar I have.
Ooh. Well. Certainly quite the fancy weapon.
It is. Costs so much money.
Yes, well, unfortunately, trying to get magical enchantments that stick to a weapon is a lot easier said than done. Takes years of practice, and even then, it doesn't always stick forever. So getting them to stick permanently, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, one might say.
Better stick forever. It took like 1,000,000 gil.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. And as you two are. Anyway, I must ask. You're not exactly Not exactly the scared type, are you?
Scared? Scared of what?
Oh. More of a fearful fellow, if you will. You don't spook easily, do you?
I don't think so.
Well, one of the things that I was having a little look at was I was having a little look at where we could have some quiet time when we eventually go to Ishtath. And I did a little bit of research, and it seems like there are a couple of quiet places we can spend some time together at whilst the rest of your group is off doing the necessities. That way you don't really have to go into the city, if that makes any sense. Save you some.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a bit unnecessary to expose you back to those elements again, so why not?
Thanks.
Well, you wouldn't expect me to just sit here and let you struggle, would you?
I don't know.
Well, the main thing will be making sure that you're not having to deal with any annoying outsiders, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, who knows if like he's even still alive at the point.
Well, I imagine he probably will be. Those who are the most annoying tend to have the longest lifespans. Or at least I find that in my case, anyway.
I mean, that's how I got this far, so.
Goodness, it sounds like me talking to myself. Well, you can feel rest assured that nothing unsavory will be happening when we head there. Especially since I'll be there. I'll keep an eye on you, if nothing else.
That sounds good, yeah.
So, my question to you. And Aurelus looks a little bit embarrassed as he asks. It might be a little bit headstrong and forward of me to ask, but I don't suppose you would consider giving dating a try, would you?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And Aurelus looks rather joyous. Well, I was worried I would get rejected, but well, that makes me very happy. Huh. First thing that's gone right for me in a little while. And Aurelus looks a little bit red in the face.
I didn't think you'd be embarrassed considering how you introduced yourself at Rabbit Hole.
Well, confidence isn't always my strong suit. I'm a charismatic man, don't get me wrong. But, the heart and mind have conflict with one another. I can try and think of the perfect thing to say, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will come out correctly. Or come out at all. So, I'm sure you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That was me when you said all that. I was like, no more thoughts.
Aurelus has a little bit of a chuckle. Well, I'm glad that we're of the like mind when it comes to that, at the very least. Say, with what's coming up, your group's gonna be busy, right? Well, at least as the guildmasters explained it anyway.
Yeah, pretty busy.
Well, should things start looking a bit bleak, I know the guildmasters Guildmaster has said that we're not allowed to exactly pursue when you're in the Warren of the Withered Blood. But should things go to crap, you can use sending and I'll make my way down. Should the worst come to worst.
Good, thanks. That helps, because I don't think I can teleport in there, so...
Yes, unfortunately, the older magics seem to have a tendency for preventing such traveling methods. Quite primitive.
It's like my favorite. It's my favorite way to travel. Just pop around.
Oh yes, of course. It's very entertaining. Suddenly I'm here, and suddenly I'm not.
Mhm.
But no need to be so glum about it. Say, the guildmaster himself was telling me about some of your heritage. I find it quite interesting. He's managed to work out that you're not directly like child underneath Asmodeus, but you're definitely blood related to him. And he was talking to me about that. He was actually
Oh,
going to come and find
interesting.
you, but I think he got a little bit sidetracked.
That makes sense.
Quite the distractible fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, me too sometimes.
Well, distracted looking at me, are you? And Aurelus
Well,
has a
yeah.
sly smile on his face.
Quite a bit. You're
I'm...
very pretty.
Oh, well, you flatter me. And he has a wide smile on his face. Though, I should say, I definitely think that the persistence and me helping around the guild is definitely making a positive impact. After all, a lot of these guild members seem to be quite intrigued by my arrival.
Why do you think that is?
Well, it could be because of my heritage, or it could be, well, genuine curiosity, I suppose. After all, I'm not exactly the most ordinary looking fellow, am I? And he kind of like brushes aside his hair. I mean,
Well, I mean, compared to me.
well, it's not a... You're... Considering the fact that you're a pretty tall tiefling, I imagine that you'd definitely get a fair few looks.
Mhm. Sure do.
Have I struck a sore thumb, have I?
Not really. I mean, I don't mind that people can see that I'm tall. It's a little annoying when people call me things like snappable. Not a fan of that.
I mean, that could be a flattering compliment. You never know.
I mean, being snapped is not a good thing.
They could
I
tell
would
you.
not like that.
That could just mean that they think you look good bent over. You never know. Perspective. And Aurelus has a very big grin on his face. Though I certainly see what you mean. Hey, you've got to look on the bright side of things. Otherwise it gets a bit boring.
You know, when you say things like that, I don't know what to say. To be honest.
Well, it's always to get a smile out of you, and if it's not successful in getting a smile, then I try again.
Well, it works.
Well, that's the important thing, is it not? And whilst the two of you are having your date, I'm going to say the date continues onwards.
Mhm.
Alice, you and Kay have ended up going back to the guild room, where she is kind of, I guess, where she is trying her best. She's trying her best to kind of educate you on trying her best to educate you on the things that are happening in the world, and trying to basically improve your smarts. And one of the topics that she pulls up takes your fascination, which is dated,
Like what?
it's an event that's dated about 25 years ago. So a couple of years before, well, about a year or so before you were born. And well, you have I think this is the previous time the Lilium Beast re-emerged. But yeah, and she turns the page to you, and it's this massive robotic-looking entity. Like, I'll find a.
Oh my gosh, the Lilium Beast is a robot?
No. So, I think, let me read this, and she takes a look through. If you look in the main chat, that's what it looks like. No, well...
Oh my god.
How do I describe it? So, it says here that the last time the Lilium Beast awoke, the planet itself had a response, and it made these things called the world weapons. Oh, that's cool, but also kind of terrifying. And there are a bunch of I guess kind of replicas of it, and then there's one stupidly powerful one. And it seems like the stupidly powerful one is what tried to attack Aquarian last time. Maybe that happened again.
Oh gosh.
Well, I guess we definitely will be going back to Aquarian at some point to put this thing back in the water again.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize it was going back.
Oh yeah, you can't really destroy these things because they're part of the material plane. So, I guess the dimension that we live on, they're part of it. So if we tried to destroy them completely, we'd have to basically destroy the planet. If that makes sense.
Oh, that's a bit intense.
It's like if we were to compare it to the body. Okay, points at your arm. It's like if we tried to permanently destroy this thing, it'd be like taking your arm off. I guess is the best equivalent. And sure, you could live without your arm, but it'd be a lot harder for you to defend yourself, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same sort of thing. These big I guess, living machines are made to protect our planet. And basically stop gods and goddesses from going rampant and destroying the place. So who knows? Maybe they might not be able to recognize the Lilium Beast because she's not really a normal occurrence. They might just go for Aquarian because of your mother. They could just get
Really?
confused.
They're gonna go for my mother?
Well, I mean, she's a really powerful goddess, and if these machines are getting confused by, well, there being a goddess on the loose that's destroying things, but they can't find it, they'll probably just go for the next closest thing. And she keeps flipping through pages. Yeah, it seems like the Sleeping Wolves were the last ones to deal with it. So, hey, maybe that means that we'll have to go and deal with it.
Okay, but that sounds a bit intense, but absolutely. I mean, yeah, we gotta.
I mean, the whole thing about us going down to the abyss is kind of scary. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, I'm a little bit terrified about that. The abyss, it just kind of sounds like a scary place,
Yeah, I mean, she flicks through this history book, this I guess book of historical events, and lands on this page where it's almost like a bleak and empty place.
Yeah.
It's basically this like empty place that's very desolate and isolated. But things get really, really big down there, like behemoth-sized upwards. It's supposed to be a really interesting place to research, but I mean,
Do we get really big down there as well?
unfortunately not.
Oh,
We don't live in the abyss, so
that's a shame.
not so much. I mean, what?
To be fair, it does sound like a scary place. I don't actually think I want to live there.
I mean, okay. Okay, flicks through.
Imagine speaking abyssal.
I don't think that's how that works, but
Oh,
he
they don't all
says
speak the same language down there?
no.
In the cruddy, dusty caves of crap and lit.
Kinda. I've sent what I'm using as a reference for that
Oh,
one.
actually, it's kind of cute.
It's just a lot darker.
I love the mushrooms.
They're rocks, but yes, they're also mushrooms. I just realised this.
I want the mushroom.
K points. These are, I guess, like these like areas that are lit up with like luminescent plants and stuff are the only safe areas. Otherwise, you get areas like this. And who takes a sip of water? Well, you get places like this. This one here. And she points to what is essentially a borderline pitch black, like rock formation that is like it looks like a deep ravine, like a massive crack in the earth that just keeps going infinitely. You get places like this, and well, yeah, not exactly a fun place to be.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun.
Sure.
Well, anyway, I should carry on teaching you some of these bits. And so, Kay continues to, I guess, show off some of these history books. Meanwhile, in the Lupus and Penton are still in the arena, as they've only just finished up learning to twin cast with each other. Oh my god, okay. That took a bit longer than expected, but I guess your mind is far more distractible than I had expected.
You're in the arena with me. What do you expect?
Focus? I don't know.
Do you think I asked you to perform for me for my health?
Well, no, but obviously paying attention would definitely help.
Yes.
And Lucas is shaking his head.
Yes, it would.
Well then, why aren't you focusing? I took long enough that Alice and Kay got up and left. Or went somewhere else in the time it took you to finally pay attention and practice.
Well, I got a lot on my mind, okay?
Such as...
Such as the fact that I just found out that I did have a dad the whole time and didn't abandon me and all that stuff, and all those memories coming back all at once, and then learning a new power, and then having a fucking star thrown at me.
Lucas has a bit of a smirk on his face.
I mean, yes, I asked for it, but a fucking star? I said just stab me.
I mean, I can stab you if you like.
No, I mean, the star was a pretty good stress test. I'm pretty sure the stabs would
Exactly.
be kind of pointless at this point.
You would have been fine. Hey, well, I mean, that's one of many things I could have thrown at you, sir.
What could have been worse than an entire fucking celestial body?
About 6 of them.
Well,
And Lucas manifests...
you're lying.
Lupus manifests a rune in his palm, and from... Oh, right, yes, I have to...
What's the
translate.
scale of these stars anyway, like, out of character?
Well, if I told you when it drops in a... It has a 15-foot radius when it drops. Like, it drops down and it explodes, and everything in a 15-foot radius of that thing exploding.
So it's getting close to the size of a bungalow.
Think... Think about 4.5 meters.
Radius.
Yeah. About that. Or if you want a more mentally envisionable.
So 2 adults lying head to toe, put together in radius.
So you'd have to it'd be something around 2 Alex laying head to toe in a circle.
That's a large ball.
It is.
Yeah, no, it's been kind of difficult to focus. It's a lot to think about. I felt a lot better. My nights feel a lot more fulfilled. But I've also had the weird conflict of never having a fucking father, and then suddenly also having him at the same time. All of the time I've spent without him is still there, but now suddenly I have all these memories that are there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's hard to process. It's like I've lived 2 lives at the same time.
Lupus is kind of sitting cross-legged on the floor of the arena while Spencer's talking. Well, I mean, I would certainly prefer you've got over what I've got. It's definitely a lot for you to process, but at least it's not as heavily traumatic as some things I've seen or experienced directly. And Lupus seems to reminisce slightly.
But it is still a lot to process, so you'll have to forgive me if it's affecting my concentration.
Is there anything I can do to help you process it?
Give me time.
As in a metaphorical sense or a literal sense?
What do you mean a literal sense?
I mean, pocket dimensions exist.
What, you're proposing give me my own grieving dimension? Grieving dimension? Not grieving dimension, he's not dead. Well, he is dead, So I guess it would be grieving.
Technically, yes. His soul's still about. But his physical body is
My
not.
own sulking dimension.
Well, you've got me here, you've got Gort here, you've got the rest of your group to rely on to some degree.
No, I'll be alright soon. I mean, it happened like yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
so it's still fresh in my mind.
Lupus kind of leans back onto his elbows. Well, I guess I kind of envy you in some regard. At least you got to properly know your father through your memories.
Yeah, it's nice and all, but it also doesn't feel like the life I lived. It's hard to pick. It's hard to understand which one of them is me, because neither of them feels real now.
They're both you. It's just something. I guess think of it as a situation of you have remembered something you've forgotten. Like if you've ever reminisced about something you've had in the past. Same sort of thing. Just something's reawoken as memories for you. Anyway, better to have found out when you were mentally ready for it than to watch your own father be beheaded as a child.
Beheaded?
And Lupus lets out a very dry, hollow-sounding chuckle. Yes, beheaded.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't offload my own baggage. is good enough as it is.
We're having a good day. Let's just carry on training.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Well. What do you want to practice now?
What else can we practice?
Well, you know how to use that polymorph thing.
I haven't tried it yet. Can I genuinely attempt to turn into Puddle Lupus?
No, you cannot turn into Lupus as a puddle because that's not a polymorph
But it's
thing.
It's like true polymorph, though, isn't it?
No. Because that's where they spell active.
Fine.
So you could probably turn into Lupus.
Might be a bit weird.
In what sense?
Weird for you.
I think Lupus gives a fuck. It's literally canon that Lilac and Cassandra have a cardboard cutout of Lupus in their room. Which is something that was discussed. I think Lupus has seen weirder. Lupus has seen Shalnar. That's as weird as it gets. Anyway.
We should have them practice some non-specific thing.
Okay. So...
General training and teaching them how to fight and position myself and be a better field control.
Okay. So, you and the Guildmaster end up practicing for quite a while. And it rolls on to evening. So, Alice and Kay are joined by Yuzok and Xanis. Nolan eventually returns. Alec, are you spending the evening with Auroras as well?
Sure.
Okay. Penton, are you continuing to spend the rest of the time with the Guildmaster?
Sure.
Okay. So Alice, Kay,
Yeah.
Yuzok, Xanis, and Nolan have returned.
Yes.
Hey, Alice, you know what'd be cool?
What?
Well, I know me and you haven't interacted for a while, but do you wanna go fishing or something?
Oh my goodness, I thought this day would never come. Obviously, I am so down to go fishing. This is literally what I was born to do. Okay, right, let's get the fishing rods right. Come on, you're being too slow. We gotta go now.
Xanis has got like a little bit of a childish giggle to him. Hey, wait for me. And you
If I don't catch a shark today, then I have failed.
I don't think you're gonna catch a shark out of the lake in Lenfar. Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
what the
make a
doctor
shark.
Well, I might as well fucking join you. But, I have to say, I could just fucking use the teleport crystal to take us to one of the other islands to go fishing. If you so want to. I've been all over the blooming place.
Okay, great. Well, you're on my team. Okay, guys, let's get this fishing on. Come on, we gotta have dinner. Okay, how else are we gonna get dinner?
Nolan chuckles. Well, lass, how about we use the teleport crystal to go over to Aquarian? I've been there before, so you could go and visit your hometown and go fishing there if you like.
Oh my goodness! Yes, and you could meet my mum.
That will certainly be an interesting encounter. Well, let's go then. And so the five of you
Yes,
end up
let's
taking
go.
the teleport crystal to Aquarian and start fishing by the seaside.
Is Penton and Alec coming?
Penton is still with the Guildmaster, and Alec is still with frickin' Aurelus. So.
Oh, they're missing out. Come on, we're at Aquarian, do some fishing. This is where the good sea water monsters are, besties.
There is no purer thing in this whole universe than Alice with a fishing rod.
Well, as long as I don't get pulled into the ocean. And Kay flings the end of the rod out. We start fishing together. Alec, what are you and Aurora's doing at the moment?
I don't know. Walking around. Have we finished dinner?
Yeah, I'd imagine you finished dinner.
I don't know. Whatever he wants to do.
He's making you choose.
I don't know. Get back to me.
Okie dokie. And Penton, what are you currently doing? I'm guessing you're still training at this point? It would be late evening at this point, so the 7 to 8 o'clock area.
Oh, okay. I guess I will have a quiet drink on my own. And have some time to think to myself.
Okay. So, as
So,
you...
a whiskey down by the lake in a wooden chair. You know, just fucking daft things.
You end up at some point being joined by a what appears to be someone's pet wolf or something, like a dog that just ends up joining you. Whilst you have your lone drink by the ocean. Alec and Willis,
I have decided.
what are you doing?
We are going to the arena, and I am showing him all my rooms.
Okay. So you're spending time together doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
the evening rolls by. Alec, you end up showing off some of your spells to Aurelus, and you find out that two of you share a couple of spells. As he ends up showing off some of his magic to you. Bum. The fishing squad ends up catching some a couple of small fish, and there's at one point where Yuzok, Nolan, and Alice are all having to pull the line and fish up a big old fucking shark. So I'd like to give you a mental image of Penton, the dog ended up wandering off in the end, leaving you alone to your thoughts. But Alec, you and Aurelus, after you've finished up you're showing off your rooms to him, you're making your way out of the arena and just enjoying each other's company. When you see Alice keel hauling a shark by its tail across the floor. Wait, I need to make sure I've got the right word down.
Guys, I went fishing.
No, it's not keel hauling. Basically, she's got it by the tail, and she is pulling it through the gill. So this is a shark that's like 3 times your body mass easily, and Alice is just dragging it across the floor. You can hear Xanis and Kate giggling, and Nolan and Yuzok end up coming out to help Alice basically carry this thing towards the guild kitchen. So your sweet, lovely evening is interrupted by Alice hauling a giant-ass shark inside the guild.
Oh, this is a really heavy shark. Gotta say, this is one of my more impressive catches. Not the most impressive catch I've ever had, but this is gonna make a fine meal for all of us. The guild is gonna be so happy tonight. Oh, I hope someone knows how to prepare a shark.
Well, lass, I can certainly fucking try, but I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be any good. Perhaps we can fucking, I don't know. ask Mr. Ask Mr. Genius over there. And I point back to Xanis. Honestly, I have.
Oh, no, I think you'd be amazing. I think you'd be really good at it, honestly. I think you'd be fine.
Well, for the sake of making sure that none of us get fucking food poisoning, I'm definitely gonna ask him and Cage do it. Seeming as we've dragged the whole fucking thing back over here.
Yeah, okay, great. Come on, let's get this prepared and ready for dinner.
Sorry, I'm just picturing Alec and Aurelus like having a really chill evening, like, oh, this is so nice, and then walking through a door and there's just Alec fucking Alice dragging this shark across the floor.
Yeah, and Alec just turns to Aurorus like, oh yeah, she just does that, don't worry.
This is normal behavior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa,
so-
Alec, who's that person you got with you?
Well, I certainly think it's a good time, better than any.
Yeah, this is Aurorus. Aurorus, that's Alice.
Aurorus, lovely to meet you. Hi, I'm Alice. I'm the greatest sword saint in the future.
Well, certainly a good start. My name's Aurelus. I'm the one of the 2 remaining members of the Green Sage, or as you'll probably know it, the bloodline with green that tends to carry the Green Mage, or Green Magic, whichever you're more familiar with.
Wow. My mother is a blue mage.
Well, that would make her one of the. Your last name is Powers, isn't it?
Wow, I truly am famous everywhere I go.
Well, you're the daughter of a noble, as expected.
I am a noble. There's no daughter needed. I am a noble.
Well, the daughter part is kind of important, considering that's how you.
I'm also a
yourself
granddaughter to a noble.
Oh.
I know, I'm pretty cool.
Well. And
Anyway, it's lovely to meet you, and have you been introduced to everyone else? So obviously you know Alec,
I certainly know Alex.
probably quite well. And here is Kay and Xanis and Yuzok and Nolan and anyone else standing here that I've missed? Penton.
Penton is not there at the moment.
Oh,
Is
Penton's
she
not even
still,
here.
is she still dragging that shark?
Yes.
Between her, Nolan, and Yuzok, the 3 of them are carrying this shark. I imagine that you've you've very slowly followed on as the 3 of them have been hauling this thing in towards the kitchen to prepare it.
I guess we are, sure.
At least that's what I'm imagining in my head.
Yep.
That's what I'm imagining.
Valid.
Now, do you want to use your muscles to maybe possibly help with this dearest shark? Because although I have very good strength, this shark is about 3 times my size, and I'm not quite feeling like an ant today.
Ah, yes. No, that's.
I don't have any muscles, but I can use telekinesis.
No worries. Let me
What's your strength modifier?
Are you asking this? So, Aurelus.
Yeah, what's Aurorus' strength modifier?
Yeah, I am asking
What
it
is
to
it?
Aurora.
What is it?
His strengths, the score or the modifier?
The modifier.
Plus 17.
Weak.
Holy shit.
Weak.
How is that weak? I have +3, and I only just got it.
What? Get even
Hey.
weaker. You flimsy bit of paper. Alec, you just stand there and look pretty. That's okay.
You think I look pretty?
I do
Aw,
think you look pretty. It's a compliment.
Thanks.
Upon hearing the word weak, Aurelus looks at Alice. Oh, you think I'm weak, do you? Well, let me just, now that you're in the kitchen area, He's gonna cast Legendary Proportions on himself and basically grab the shark in one hand and just put it in the kitchen area before using Dispel to remove Legendary Proportions from himself. Now then,
Bestie, all of us can use steroids if we wanted to.
that's called a spell, darling.
It's basically steroids, temporary steroids.
I mean, I could also increase your size with this, but I think that you might struggle a little bit.
Yes, go on. Yes, come on, come on. Yes.
I'm gonna whisper to Aurolus. Do you think it would make her louder though?
Aurelus holds a single finger up, as though to speak and say something smart, and then realizes that's true. Well, another time. Perhaps. Now.
No, not another time. Come on, I want to show you how quickly I can chop this shark up into a gazillion little pieces for a stew. If you give me some hella strong biceps.
Yes, but you'll also be twice your size. You'll be quadruple, potentially up to quadruple, maybe triple your height. I don't think being 16 foot something is going to help you with a precision task like that.
Ha ha! You doubt me. You doubt me. Come on, Aurolus. How do you say your name? Aurolus?
Aurolus.
Aurolus. I was doing some rolling. Aurolus.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, better question. What's your intelligence modifier?
Intelligence. For Aurelus, it's a +6 right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end.
Dumb!
Mine's 20.
I'm going to end the session there, purely because it is the end of session.
And Alice is getting off track.
I mean, nah, more just it's gone the end of.
It's
the
8.
term. Yes, it is 8.
And we started early.
It's a turn off time.
Anyhow, we'll see you in the next session. For now, enjoy the
Bye.
party preparing a shark.
Sayonara!
Yeah.